You've probably already disliked this video based on the title. This whole time, I've been playing devil's advocate, talking about prismatic evolutions. If you watch all my past videos talking about this set, I've been speaking more on the negative side, speaking about prices, $100, $120 for a normally trainer box, people's behaviors around the set, people just jumping to conclusions because the set isn't even released yet. Like, all this stuff is the reason why I'm playing devil's advocate. Because if you go online and you search up Terrestrial Festival or you search up Prismatic Evolutions, 99% of the people are gonna say this is going to the moon, this is the best set ever, the Master Ball, just everything about the set, this is going to $200 in Elite Trainer box, you're never gonna find it cheaper for $100, you might as well buy now because it's going to 200. This is why I make these videos, is because people's behaviors right now in Pokemon, especially in this market, are just so crazy, and this whole situation to me is it's so bamboozly. And the main problem I have is just I'm not talking about people that are buying these and pre-order these for MSRP at $50 on the Elite Trainer box. Like, I'm not talking to people that did that, because obviously that's a good deal, but I'm mainly making these videos because of people like just all echoing the same thing, saying that $120 is a really good price for these Elite Trainer boxes because you're never going to get any cheaper. Like, this is the reason why I make these videos, is because I want to point out problems that I see with prismatic evolutions, and people just making all these conclusions saying that this is going to happen with prismatic evolutions, it's going to $200. Like, there's so much information we don't have about prismatic evolutions that when people are buying already double retail and saying this is going to go to like quadruple retail, it's the whole situation is just it's bamboozling when you really take a step back and don't get emotional about things and you just look at what's going on, what people are saying. That's why I make these videos, to hopefully bring some, I guess, voice of reasoning into Pokemon. Because let's be honest here, like, this whole thing with Pokemon right now in this market is crazy. Like, this is not normal. I think we can all sort of agree this. So that's why I make these videos, is because like I want to be the side and the voice of reasoning where I'm not just pumping everything up to the moon, because I want to talk about some stuff and some things that people probably don't even think about with prismatic evolutions. And if you're gonna decide and you're thinking about maybe paying double retail, obviously it's your money, do what you want. I've said it so many times. You buy it at 100, it's going to 200. Obviously it's sort of a meme, and if you understand humor, I'm sort of joking, but really, if you believe it's a good idea, you may very well be right. Maybe it goes to 200 and you're gonna do very well. But I want to make this video to talk about a couple more things about prismatic evolutions that I feel like just people are not thinking about, so many factors about prismatic evolutions. So I know we have finally seen the Japanese side of prismatic evolutions, Terrestrial Festival, and obviously the Japanese side of Pokemon is very different than the English side. One of the things is, like, the pull rates are very different, right? So the Japanese side, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe per box, which I think there's like 10 packs per box, you get a guaranteed SAR, which is, I think, an SIR. You get 3 reverse hollow Pokeballs, and you have a chance of getting a Master Ball. And I think that's how it goes. And I know you can map it with the master cases, like the booster boxes, apparently. Like, I don't know anything about that, to be honest. I've just heard it. But I know the pull rates are like 1 SAR, which is a SIR per box, and the 3 reverse hollow Pokeballs, and then chance of a Master Ball. Like, I've heard that. So that's all I really know about the Japanese side, because I haven't opened any of this myself. I don't keep up with the Japanese side, but those are the things I've heard about this set. So that's where I want to talk about pull rates, because like I said, the Japanese side is very different than English. We don't know how the pull rates are going to be with the English side, because as it seems with obviously the Japanese side, 1 SAR per box, like, that's pretty good. If that's guaranteed, like, that's 1 SAR. I don't know how it would convert to like Elite Trainer boxes, but that would be pretty generous. Like, some people have said that, what, this is going to be Crown Zenith 2.0. Now, I'm not going to be one of those people. It's honestly like people saying that, Surging Sparks was Vivid Voltage 2.0. Like, it's all sort of a meme. But some people have said that, this is going to be Crown Zenith 2.0 because the pull rates are easier because of the guaranteed, like, SAR per box. Now, we don't really know this because, with V-Star Universe, which is the Crown Zenith equivalent, on the Japanese side, the pull rates were very easy. On V-Star Universe, very easy. The prices of those boxes, I think, are pretty cheap even right now on the Japanese side. And with Crown Zenith, the pull rates are not that hard. So, like, I guess that's where the comparison people are making, that, the pull rates on, for Terrestrial Festival are easy because you're guaranteed an SAR per box. But we don't really know. Like, we can't just jump to conclusions saying, yeah, this is going to be Crown Zenith, everything's going to be easy. Like, we can't just jump to conclusions for pull rates. But you also got to understand that it is possible that pull rates maybe are easier for the set. We don't know. And it's also weird when you think about it this way. It's like, there's no like illustration rares for the set. They're all just SARs, which is sort of in another part I want to get to. That's I feel like it's just sort of bamboozly. Like this whole Master Ball thing. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not a big fan of it. Like I understand the rarity, and that's a huge factor. And I know this is an EV set, so it makes it even 2 times more popular. But would you guys really consider the Master Ball or whatever, this reverse holo, a better pool than like an illustration rare? Because a lot of people have said that they've pretty much replaced illustration rares, and the reason why they don't have them is because of these like Master Ball things. Because honestly, it's like a normal artwork. It's a normal just card, but it has a Master Ball holo. Like I would honestly rather prefer like illustration rares like of evolutions or something like that instead of just a Master Ball. Like in my opinion, I know maybe it's not a popular one because so many people are talking about the Master Ball is going to hold up the set because they're rare, which it's probably, it might be. Like it's very possible that these are going to be super expensive because I'm pretty sure on the Japanese side they're pretty expensive. But I feel like in a few years from now, the rarity and stuff could carry on and this being an evolution. But I just feel like artwork wise, like we're in an era now in Scarlet and Violet where there's so many good SARs and just artworks that this whole Master Ball thing that people have been pumping up, I feel like it's bamboozly. I really feel like this is maybe one of those things in gimmicks where it's gonna die off. Like I just feel that way. I know that might be a controversial hot take, but guys, it's a reverse holo Master Ball. Like the artwork is just normal. It's like I just feel like the reverse thing is kind of a gimmick. I don't really think it's that crazy. The artwork isn't crazy, but yes, if rarity is a thing and it's super hard to pull, 100% it's going to be expensive because it's an evolution and it's hard to pull. But if this thing isn't extremely hard to pull, which I guess on the Japanese side it is sort of hard to pull, like I don't know. I just feel like the whole reverse holo thing with the Master Ball, I don't really think it's a huge thing, just in my opinion. But obviously, I can't say anything because I'm not the mass majority. But a lot of people have been talking about how this Master Ball thing is a huge deal. But when I look at this and I look at the reverse holo, I'm like, this is what people are paying hundreds of dollars for. It's like there's so many better artworks in this era, and just the arcs we've seen. It's like for this to be hundreds of dollars. Like if people want to pay for that, obviously that's just how the market is. But just to me, I don't know. Just the Master Ball thing, the reverse holo thing, I feel like it's kind of somewhat blown out of proportion because it's not like it's just obviously the rarity part, but just artwork wise, I'm like, it's really just in my opinion not really there. And going to the whole ploy thing, it's weird because these are all SARs, like I've said. Like there's no like illustration rares really. I don't know if these are actually. I don't think there's illustration rares, so I don't know why these are here. But it's like I wonder on the English side because obviously, like I said, with the Japanese side, you're guaranteed an SAR per box, right? But on the English side, since there's no illustration rares, like how hard is it going to be to pull SARs in the set? And that's where I feel like it's so hard to. It's obviously up for debate, and that's why people talk about pull rates with Japanese side and English side being different. But like, since there's no illustration rares, you can't pull obviously another sort of hit. There's obviously the reverse holos, but it's not the same. I wonder how hard the pull rates are going to be for SARs for Prismatic Evolutions, because that will really have a major impact on how the set does. Because if this is somewhat like Crown Zenith, I'm not saying it is, but if people are speculating that this is somewhat like Crown Zenith, and let's say pull rates are a lot easier than some people think it's going to be for Prismatic Evolutions, I really think that will affect the prices of these cards. But if it's just as hard to pull an SAR in this set as some other sets, I think this set is going to perform extremely well. But we just don't know. And that's why I'm telling you guys, it's like, it's all about like risk and reward. And that's why I've tried to, at this point, I don't even try to be reasonable anymore, but it's hard not to try to be reasonable because I'm really like this whole situation I'm telling you is just bamboozly. But that's why I'm telling you guys like risk and reward, like paying double retail for a product. Like we know nothing. We don't know pull rates for the set. We don't know how rare things are. And if it's possible that the pull rates aren't as crazily hard as some other sets because, there's only SIRs really. There's like the reverse Pokeballs, but let's be honest here, like I think a lot of people would rather have illustration rares, right? Just the fact that there's just like 32 SIRs in the set, it's like I wonder how hard they're really gonna make it to pull these cards. Like it's obviously all up to debate. I don't know anything that's gonna go on, but it's something that you got to think about. It's like there's only SARs in this set. Like is Pokemon really gonna make them super hard to pull? Like, who's gonna want to open this stuff? You know, if you can't really pull anything and you just get, there's no illustration rares, like easier things to pull, and you just have to chase SARs and they're really hard to pull, like, you're gonna get nothing out of Elite Trainer boxes. So I don't know. This whole situation to me with Prismatic, it's interesting for sure, 100%. It's interesting, but it's just bamboozling because so many people are so hyped up for this set, and this set's not even released yet. There's so many factors that will really contribute to how the set does that it's like, I don't know. This whole situation, it's interesting. And I'm just sort of sitting back here because I got my pre-orders in for, Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes. I only got a couple, and for a couple surprise boxes, but that's really all. So I'm kind of sitting out on this one. Obviously, I'm not pre-ordering at $100, and I'm just looking at everything going on. And I'm telling you, we're getting closer and closer to the release date of, Prismatic Evolutions. Man, it's going to be so interesting to really see what goes on. The pull rates, the prices of products, the availability. It's going to be very interesting. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about, the whole thing with pull rates in this set, because I didn't really talk about it in my previous videos, but I want to hear what you guys have to say about this whole thing with pull rates. I mean, we're all speculating here, but do you think it's going to be easy to pull these SARs, or do you think it's going to be just as hard as some other SARs from like main sets? Because there's no illustration rares, and that's what's, really getting me here. It's like, it's just Pokeball reverse hollows and Master Balls, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a huge fan of the whole thing. But yeah, it'll be interesting, 100%. And you guys out there that are buying these at $100, good luck to you. I've said it so many times, I'm trying to be more neutral and not really tell you guys, that I think it's a bad idea. I just hope everything works out for you guys. And yeah, good luck to you guys. And yeah, I just want to speak up Prismatic in this whole thing. Just again, I know people don't like these more negative types of videos, but I guess, this time around, I'm trying to be more neutral with this whole Prismatic, because I do understand a lot of people have heavily invested, and I'm trying to be a little bit more sensitive here. So please, maybe don't go too crazy on me, but you can definitely speak your own opinions down in the comments below. So thanks for watching. Prismatic Evolutions, man, this is an interesting set. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.